Hello and welcome back. This is episode number 8 of the Amber Army YouTube channel's Football Manager 2018 experiment to get a stronger, revamped, boosted Welsh league. And we're in our 4th season. Cardiff City have been the champions for the previous 3, and now they are regained top spot for the 4th season, albeit only by 2 points. Merthyr are close by, and fierce rival Swansea are having a much better season than the last couple. Barry and Newport and Llanelli, Llandudno Junction, they're all away from the top 3, so it's looking very much as though it's going to be another title win for Cardiff. But this is the 5th of Feb, this is the day after the date of the transfer deadline. So first thing we're going to do is have a look at the transfers. So let's have a little look who spent the money this time around. So there's plenty of players outgoing for big money, but who are the incoming now? Merthyr have spent the most in this transfer. Oh no. So Whelan is the biggest transfer of this deadline by the looks of it, coming in. So none of the bigger teams have really spent much money. Cardiff have signed Mika from Holyhead. Merthyr, I haven't really signed anyone. I'll tell you what, right, we know there's not been any really big signings. What business have the top 3 done? Let's just have a little look. So in the transfer window, these are the 4 signings that Cardiff picked up to boost their championship hopes. Merthyr, if they spent any money. So they brought in 2 players. They brought in Medran on loan from Newcastle and Tiago Volpe from SPO. It's a goalkeeper, Brazilian goalkeeper, a good Brazilian goalkeeper. 30 years of age, mind you, but goalkeepers do go on for a bit. And then finally we'll have a look at Swansea's incomings. So Swansea didn't really sign anybody. So Swansea are having a particularly good season considering the lack of transfers. Maybe Swansea's squad is good enough at this particular moment. So let's have a quick look at the updated player stats quickly. So Merthyr have the possibly the best goal scorer in the division at the moment. He's top of the shops at the moment because he's done his 10 goals in less appearances than Gary Hope and Neil Prosser. So that's how good he is. So, hold on a minute. So the person scoring the goals, so Cardiff's biggest rivals, is on loan from Cardiff. I thought my eyes weren't deceiving me there. Oh my God, that's mad. So Cardiff have loaned him to Merthyr. He's the top scorer in the division, and Merthyr are only 2 points behind Cardiff, chasing them down. So what if he is the reason why Cardiff lose their title? Well, it's worth keeping an eye on that one then. So Gaetan Hendricks, Llandudno Junction, he looks like a good player. He's decent, not great, mind you, but he's there top in the shops with the assist chart. So you can see that the calibre of player has increased over the years, but for me it's not getting to a good enough point. Welsh football is thriving, but the good players seem to be leaving the division more than anything. But there you go, that's how the league looks. We haven't really looked at the Cymru Alliance much at all. We haven't looked at the other divisions either. So Avonlido looking like they're going to run away with the title on this one. Carmarthen pushing for second place, although they're being hunted down. And this is just madness. I mean, I'd say anyone from Holywell up could finish in second place or potentially get a playoff place. Oh, I love this Cymru Alliance. We should cover this a little bit more often. This is great. Kaya Sus, mind you, what banger. Prestatyn. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Holyhead looking to bounce back up as well. Newtown should be in the top division and all. Oh, God. So, looking at all the divisions there, you can see Portmadog looking to find their way back up. Let's have a quick look on this one, because I'm sure this is the division that... No, this isn't the division that they're in. That's right, because they fell from that division. Cardiff Met Uni at bottom of the league again. What a miserable fall from grace this one is. They're even going to be falling out of contention for the Nathaniel MG Cup. They're rich. Why aren't they buying people? Why aren't they stopping this fall? They were in the Welsh Premier League. They've fallen 3 divisions and are about to fall a 4th. It's rather grim, isn't it? Well, anyway, cup competitions. Let's drag this up. So we'll start with the JD Welsh Cup, the main cup in Welsh football. And we're at the quarter-final stage. We already have 2 teams in the semi-final. Barry are the holders. So we see the teams that have won it for the 3 seasons we've done so far. Prestatyn, who are in all sorts of rubbish right now. Swansea are looking to recapture it, winning it the season before last. They're already in the semi-finals. So Cardiff have a tough tie against Colwyn Bay, which should come through. TNS and Llandudno Junction make up, so it's mainly made up of Premier League teams here. So Queen's Park and Kaya-Sus, mind you, get to the quarter-final. That's a good run for them. I hope they don't go down. I hope they can turn it round and be the force they were looking like they were going to be. Nathaniel MG. So Llandudno Junction are the holders of this, and they are in the quarter-final. They're playing Barry away. That'll be a tough tie for them. So we've got Wrexham and Cairo Ely. Newport County versus Llanrwst. Queen's Park of Wrexham are doing well in the Cups this year, and they're having a good season in the Cymru Alliance. It would be pretty good to be a fan of theirs right now. Newtown are the other team in that. So the Nathaniel MG Cup wide open there. I mean, if you've got to pick a favourite to win that, you're looking at Barry, really, aren't you? Llandudno Junction are a capable team this year, and they're going to want to win that again. They're going to want to hold on to it. So, interesting stuff. And then the FAW Trophy. We'll have a quick gander at it just to see who's there, see if there's anyone worth looking at. Prestatyn Sports, FC Nomads, Swansea Uni. Maybe Swansea Uni could be on the rise, you never know. Taking over from Cardiff Met Uni as a top uni team. But there we go, there's that. So, now, Cardiff, the only team left in Europe for the Welsh Premier League. How have they got on in it? So they got there, they needed the win. They needed the win there against Sporting, and they beat them 4-0. So they're obviously through, aren't they? So they will be taking on Feyenoord. I'll tell you what, this is another thing. For some reason, I've not been able to prevent this. I've not been able to prevent it. This is actually a real thing in real life now. The Iron Brew Cup, which is a similar thing to the Johnson's Paint Trophy or not Carabao Cup, Checker Trade Trophy in real life. The top 2 teams from Wales and the top 2 teams from Ireland contest in this. I think it's Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland and Wales all join in this Scottish competition and fight it out. So as you can see, Dunfermline have won it twice and Dundalk of Ireland have won it also. Cardiff are in the semi-final of it, so we're going to have a little look at that one a little bit later on. But obviously Cardiff playing against Feyenoord in the Europa League first knockout round. So that's one thing we're going to want to have a keen look at. But as always, we'll end the season with the playoff final second leg in the Cymru Alliance. So who's going to make it into that playoffs? I tell you what, I fancy Queen's Park to get promoted from second. Avonlea are looking like they're going to win that division. They got an 8-point lead over second, a 9-point lead over third. Queen's Park could finish in second, and then who knows, out of all these, Will could even go for a double promotion. We'll see. I think what we'll do is we'll bring it. We will. Well, where are we now? Blah 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 blah. Matches schedule. We'll bring it so we can look at the second leg. So this is the second leg on the 26th of May. So that is how we are going to fast forward this one, guys. I'll see you for that match and to wrap up our 4th season. See you soon. So then, guys, end of season number 4, and yes, Cardiff have won it again, but the margin is a lot slimmer this time. Merthyr lost a few too many games in the end, but Cardiff didn't lose quite as many, but drew more. So that's the way it worked out. Obviously, they both won the same amount of games. So with Cardiff, it's, like I say, it's not quite that they're running away with it now, but four league titles in a row speaks absolute volumes. Looking in the bottom end, and I predicted Llandudno would go down. They have. Gresford and Guilsfield have gone down with them. Aberystwyth, I didn't expect them to save themselves. TNS could have gone down. Very close that was. And then Pennybont, Denby, Kevin, as you can see, you can read it yourselves. I don't need to spell it out. That is the makeup of the division. Newport County, mind you, I mean, I take a keen eye at Newport County on any of these types of things because they're my team and all that. But I didn't think they'd do as well as finishing 3rd in the end. I actually thought Colwyn Bay would do a lot better, and it was unfortunate. I think it was the draws that done them. 15 draws, only lost 9 games but finished 10th. It's rather unfortunate. So let's have a quick look at the cups. So the JD Welsh Cup was won by Kevin Druids. Kevin Druids, they're in the Premier League. They beat Cardiff in the final, prevented Cardiff from doing the double. Swansea were looking at getting that back. So that's what it was. Kevin Druids beat Swansea on penalties to prevent them from setting up a dream final between Cardiff and Swansea. Oh, how that would have been a nice one. So the Nathaniel MG Cup is to be contested between Newport County and Newtown. I mean, the better man would fancy my boys Newport County to do that. Well, I personally hope that they go ahead and do it. So one more cup competition to look at. That's the FAW Trophy, and the winners of that was Prestatyn Sports. Interesting. So one thing to look at before we go and see the playoff final is how did Cardiff end up doing in the Euro Cup. So we knew they were playing Feyenoord, so they drew 1-1 at home and lost 2-1 away, so they went out in the first knockout round. But they got to the first knockout round, I suppose. But next year, the Welsh teams need to do it better, because at the moment it's been pretty dire on the European front, and that is the thing that's going to make or break this league, because at the moment they're falling. They're the 8th best league in the world now, and to start with, they were 3rd. You see there in 2017 they were 3rd. And then at the end of 4 seasons later, they're 8th. But then it could drop even further because technically the season isn't over. That hasn't updated yet. That might fall below the Turkish league. Can't let that happen. These teams need to start doing better in Europe, build bigger reputations and bring better players in through the door. So, without further ado, how about we go ahead and have a quick look at who is contesting the Cymru Alliance playoff final. In Newtown playing Bala. So Bala, we're going to be seeing it at Bala's home. Newtown going into it with a 2-1 lead. So it's going to be a really close one. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. So no more messing around. Let's get straight to it. Okay, so here we are. Bala trailing at the moment 2-1 on aggregate. That's their team. And there is the team of Newtown, who currently have the upper hand, but they don't have the home advantage for the second leg. So this is going to be a very interesting one, to say the least. Okay, so Newtown are taking the possession early on, but the only attempt at goal. Well, no, it's not. But then the first attempt at goal was Bala. So the possession's evening itself out a little bit more. There's all the Newtown fans behind that goal there. So I wonder who this chance is going to go into. And there it is. It's 2-2 on aggregate. Bala leading the way on away goals. Now, I'm not 100% if away goals count in this. But there you go. Bala have the lead. And even though they're not getting the better of the possession, they seem to be the only ones creating any chances. Not real chances at the moment. Newtown need to get themselves back into this game. A lot of their travelling fans won't be happy with what they would have seen so far. Zero shots on target to 4. And watching this, you'd fancy Newport County's chances in that cup final. Bala really gone for it with this one. Looking at that, it's a 4-man attacking line. Oh, he's got it. Bala now have the lead on aggregate. And Newtown coming into this game with a lead have now thrown it away. It's completely turned on its head. Newtown are creating chances, but they just can't get their shots on target. Possession is completely even. It looks as though Bala are going to be the ones to get themselves promoted back into the JD Welsh Premier League. But Newtown aren't finished. Is there a late surgence from them? Oh, and he should have scored that. Should have scored it, and there's still no shots on target. Bala have put it beyond doubt now. That's got to be it. Game over. And looking like Bala will be a JD Welsh Premier League team again. Newtown, have they got anything left in them at all? But Bala looking like the ones who are going to create this chance. And there it is. That's got to be it. 4-0, and what a steamroller of a game this one. Bala have absolutely destroyed Newtown. Newtown have created, well, there we go, 85 minutes to get a shot on target. You don't deserve to win a football match if that's the case. Bala looking to pile the misery on now. Oh, I thought he got that then. See if Newtown got a consolation in them. Are Bala going to get a 5th? Or is this just the slowing down the inevitable promotion for Bala now? Oof. Thought that attacker was going to nick in front of the goalkeeper then. And there it is. Bala are promoted. They are the playoff winners of the Cymru Alliance. So they are the 3rd promoted team. But who else got promoted this season? Let's take a little look back once we've finished having a little look at the player stats for the JD Welsh Premier League. So as promised, the top scorers in Ethan White of Llandudno Junction. Now, Llandudno Junction must have been a free scoring team in this division because they got 2 members of their squad in the top 10 for top scorers. Ethan White was the top scorer of the Welsh Premier League, and yeah, he's decent, and he's going to be even better. Ross Taylor, yeah, he's decent. So there we go. Most assists, obviously. Awani, that's what it's got to be. Awani didn't get the top scorer in the end and didn't win the title in the end. So it's a good loan experience for him. And because he's done so well, he'll be another weapon for Cardiff next season. It's quite shrewd how they did that in the end. And Guyton Hendricks of Belgium racing away with 15 assists. So yeah, by far the best creative player. So the average rating, Carl Darlow of Cardiff. Maybe Cardiff would have lost a few more games if not for him. You never know. So yeah, one of the best players in the division. Cardiff is going to be like having a new signing for them, surely. So just to ring all that up, there you go. There's your top 20 players in this season's charts. So now to wrap this up, guys, we're going to have a quick look at Wales, and then we're going to run through the divisions and see what promotions and relegations we had. Okay, so Wales, here we go. So schedule. So the World Cup qualifiers have started. So Wales got promoted in the European League. We'll have a look and see exactly how it works out. So a home draw against Czech Republic would have been disappointing, but a 3-0 win in Bosnia would be pleasing. The double game against Luxembourg, which will be 6 easy points. The big ones are still to come. Spain. So which point we will check how Wales have got on with this next time round. In the next episode, as we start season number 5, we're racing through this. We're really getting through it really quickly. So yeah, there we go. That's Wales. Now, just to run through all the other divisions and then wrap this episode up. So the Cymru Alliance, Avonlido, as expected, won the division. Carmarthen finished second. Carmarthen get themselves back into the Premier League also. Queen's Park, who I thought would go up, ended up falling off the boil, but only a few points away from playoffs again. Even Rill could have finished in a playoff spot, with a couple of results going differently. Holyhead finished third with 12 losses. That's how close this division is. It's great. I love it. Bangor and Prestatyn and Kyasus have all gone down. That's shocking. 3 clubs we had high hopes for at one point, falling from grace. Sad to see. Okay, so Portmadog, Penryncock, I think that's how it's going to be pronounced, promoted by Portmadog. Portmadog ran away with the division there. Goitre of Gwent are the ones who get promoted as well. So Goitre United. So 2 divisions will now separate the 2 Goitre teams, unless that's a Goitre from not Gwent. Conwy and Taftswell are the other teams that go down from that division. The misery of Cardiff Met Uni carries on as they fall another division. Llangefni and Felinelli go down. Haverfordwest, Undy and Cwmaman are promoted from this division. Okay, so Llandrinog and Prestatyn Sports, who were the winners of the FAW Trophy, get promoted. Brickfield, 6th place Brickfield, get themselves promoted also by winning the playoffs. Llywyd Coed, Aberfraw and Crossy Celliog are the teams who get relegated. Okay, so for the Welsh Alliance League Division 2, Port, Garden Village and Caldicot are the teams who get promoted. Gaerwen, Bridgend Street and Amlwch are the teams who go down. Say the one before the last, Meliden, Pontardawy and Tredegar are the teams who get promoted. Saltney and Treowen go down to the bottom division. And then just to wrap things up, Buckley and them are the teams who get promoted out of the Welsh National League Premier. So that is it, guys. That wraps up season number 4 for us. There we go. Swansea Uni are the bottom teams. Where I thought Cardiff Uni coming down, Swansea Uni could be on the up. No, Swansea Uni are the very worst team in all of Welsh football this season. So there we go then, guys. That's it. That's all over and done with for the 4th season. Cardiff City have won the title again, but Merthyr are hot on their tails. If Merthyr can take the initiative and strengthen in the right areas, who knows next season. Cardiff, if they don't keep up the pace, who knows if they're even going to win the league again next year. It's very likely that they're going to. They're going to be put in as favourites again, I'd imagine, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. We've got to keep in touch with this, guys. I mean, I'm enjoying this. This will go on for another Well, we're thinking another 16 seasons. We're saying 20 seasons of this. So this is going to go on for quite some time. So stay in touch with it, guys. I'm sure there's plenty more interesting results to come. We're still waiting for Welsh teams to start doing the job in Europe. Hopefully next season will be the one that will see an upturn in that. So guys, thank you again for watching this. Would like some comments on this. Any recommendations on what we could be looking at a little bit more closely, or what we shouldn't be looking at too often? Feel free to drop a line, guys. Feel free to pop a comment in. It also helps the channel when we get comments. And please share and like this as well to get more people involved in this. So guys, thank you again, and until the next time.